The company behind the stolen cables and valuable equipment belonging to the electricity company of Ghana, ECG, has finally been exposed, and what they did to these missing items will leave you speechless. This shocking discovery has uncovered a dark and disturbing truth that goes far beyond missing containers. While millions of Ghanaians are left in darkness, struggling with constant power cuts, someone was quietly profiting from the very equipment meant to solve these problems. In this video, we unravel a web of corruption, betrayal, and greed at the highest levels, where national assets meant to bring light and hope were secretly diverted, tampered with, and almost lost forever. How did this happen under the noses of those in power? Who looked the other way? And why is no one being held accountable? Stay with us as we dig deeper into one of the biggest scandals threatening the future of Ghana's energy sector. Imagine living in a country called Ghana, a place so rich in culture, history, and natural resources, yet drowning in suffering and poverty, not because of natural disasters or war, but because of the very people chosen to lead and protect it. The ones wearing suits, giving speeches, and smiling on television, these same people are the ones slowly, shamelessly, and deliberately draining the life out of the country. Every stolen city, every misplaced container, every shady deal, it's like a knife being driven deeper into the heart of the nation. And now, the unthinkable has happened. Over 1,300 containers filled with vital electrical equipment simply vanished, gone, disappeared into thin air. Can anyone truly believe this happened without someone powerful behind it? They want us to believe this is some mysterious error, that it's a logistical issue, that it's just a few bad apples. But how do over 1,300 massive containers loaded with transformers and cables, equipment bought with taxpayer money, go missing from one of the most monitored ports in West Africa? These are not sacks of gari or boxes of tomatoes. These are heavy-duty government containers, the backbone of the country's electricity infrastructure. And somehow nobody knows where they went? This is not just a story about missing goods. This is a betrayal of unimaginable proportions. People in villages and cities suffer daily. Lights off, machines shut down, children sweating in dark classrooms, hospitals turning away patients because of power cuts. And while the ordinary Ghanaian struggles in the dark, someone, somewhere, is living luxuriously off the proceeds of these stolen containers. Do they sleep peacefully at night? Do they hear the cries of the people? When the electricity company of Ghana first said they had over 2,400 containers at the Tema port, nobody blinked. But when an independent committee started digging, the truth began to crawl out. Only about 1,134 could be found. That means over 1,357 containers had vanished without explanation. Who benefits from this disappearance? Who is trying to cover their tracks? It's laughable. No, it's insulting to suggest that something of this magnitude could happen without the top bosses knowing. You can't even withdraw a small amount from a company account without layers of approval. But now, we're supposed to believe that thousands of containers were moved from a secured port without anyone in upper management knowing, without ECG, customs, port authorities, and security officers being aware. It's a coordinated operation, a web of deceit stretching across institutions and into political offices. Containers don't walk out of ports. They don't evaporate into the air. They are cleared with signatures. They are transported with trucks and waybills. They are received and stored in warehouses. These are heavy, traceable, valuable items. And now we're told they are missing, as if they were pieces of paper blown away by the wind. And then comes the discovery. Some of the missing containers were found hidden in a warehouse in Pong. The owner, a Chinese businessman, and the company